right on the roof cam, the Advanced Auto Parts camera. Oh,
big hit there for the one of Kurt Busch.
That looks a lot. Yep, that looks a lot like a left rear tire.
Yeah, you see the tire off the wheel right there, and Bubba Wallace drives over it. Wow.
There's nothing that he could do. This thing, everything's good, then immediately you see it's down, immediately around it goes, like you said, Junior, a flat impact on that left side door.
But I don't believe there was any contact with him in another car. Wonder how this air.
Justin Boston will come home in the first spot, and we got a crash on the racetrack. The 07 of Brian Coltrider. A lot of damage to the front of that car.
That's a Mason Mitchell in the 82 car. Mason was running in the 7th position.
A caution-free race, but take a look at the 07. Up the racetrack it will go.
See, the 32 of Mason Mingus goes by and pulls the back end around. The 82 was racing the 32 for position. That's Mason Mitchell in the 82 car. When the 07 came back up the racetrack, he had absolutely nowhere to go.
Phil, listen to this one.
That isn't anything new for him. Cole Witt right there, too. I'd like to see all these new faces battling in the top 10.
Big contact, Ricky Carmichael, as well as Parker Kligerman.
That was a huge crash. Parker had just been in the pits repairing.
Ridiculous.
Pin Blaine.
He jumps to the inside. It looks like the 4 had already committed to go to the inside of the 30. I think Parker Kligerman drove it into a hole maybe that wasn't really there.
I think that's a good call, Phil. You know, and another thing, when you drive into a hole, it doesn't matter if it is late in the race. If somebody closes it, you need to be in control of your truck.
Jeff Gordon in 32nd place. One lap.
Whoa, there you go. There you go. This is it, guys.
Jared Nemechek, Jeff Burton, Mike Skinner.
It's
one
over.
car hard up into the wall, joined by another.
And they just keep wrecking. And the hits keep on coming.
And the big hit was Joe Nemechek. Brett Bodine on fire. Nemechek gets hit once and then straight up and into the wall. This next replay in real time.
Now Jackson in the middle of a 3-wide battle for second. Oh, gets turned.
Gavin Bichelle and Jack Wood get together, and Wood's chances at a win are spinning around in turn 3.
You know, Jack Wood's kind of a sitting duck as you see the 25 car, as Eric mentioned, on newer tires, sees there's an opening on the outside, and yeah, it looks like Jack just thinks there's space there, and there's not, so can't really put a ton of blame there on Bichelle.
No, not much damage at all, but live you have Reddick almost spinning.
And Reddick does spin into the inside wall hard. And the caution is out again.
You saw it. You mentioned it, Jeff. They couldn't get away from one another.
It's just like the 98 was up the racetrack. Get another look at it.
Per mile-and-a-half race.
You're right, Steve. That's a big impact for that 98.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about these composite bodies, how strong they are, but there's still the suspension when it hits those tires that hard. Look at that impact by Tyler. That's a huge shot.
You mentioned Reddick's success.
That's the reason for the yellow flag. 28-year-old Eric McClure had a right front tire go down in the corner, and that's the result. The right side of his hefty Chevrolet completely flat.
As he goes in our turn 3, boy, he couldn't hold on. It just went down on. Must have run over a piece of debris, blew that tire out. And, you know, these cars have got interliners in all 4 tires, but at that angle, on that speed, when you lose that tire.
I thought maybe Gordon would have been one of those cars to maybe try 2 tires to get some of that. Oh, look out trouble here. First big crash of the day.
David Reagan and Kurt Busch, and another chase driver in trouble. The 9th caution.
All right, bring it to us.
But that car's up there and coming. Yeah, Kurt Busch just had too much of a run there.
Hang on right here.
So today,
Caden had the 98 of Majeski cleared for a moment, but Majeski in a second. We've got a big crash. Caution is out again for the 5th time. Gio Ruggiero involved. Andres Perez is destroyed.
Oh, the 44 got loose, Regan. Into the turn.
Look at that impact.
Ooh, Bailey Curry with a big hit there too in the 45.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's going to end his night as well. Didn't it look like to you that Andres got loose and that started it? Or can we get another look at that? Speak out of turn. He just shot up the hill.
Something caused him to shoot up off the bottom there. And I thought I saw paint on the A pillar, which is right in front of the window net there. And now we see why there was paint there on the Andres Perez truck.
You see smoke. Yeah. Fenders are dragging. Terry Cook cutting some slack, and we got a wreck in turn
Eric
4.
Darnell gets turned around. Joey Clanton into him. Bobby Hamilton able to maneuver around without problems. It's Eric Darnell in the 99, Joey Clanton in the 09.
There's the 09 of Joey Clanton. We're going to get a good view right here. Go low, but unfortunately he was already committed to the high side.
Just can't find a place to race without having a bunch of pressure.
And Montoya just been contact. Man. Montoya and Tony Stewart together.
Looks like that might just be a move. Now Montoya's got a flat tire.
And there's more to this. We're being told there may have been contact on the turn prior to that between the 42 and the 14. Look at the front of the 42 car. It sends him into the wall then.
Clear.
Looking back from Jimmy Johnson right in front of this. And Montoya will slide all the way up right into the wall because of that cut tire.
Yeah, if you're going for a championship, that's where you want to be looking at. It's in your rear view mirror.
The 90, the 99, I believe that's the 78.
Stephen Parsons in the 99, 78. BJ McLeod up against the wall.
Look at all that mud.
Yeah, they went through the grass.
See how this got started. Oh, a little contact. Turns him sideways. Looked like Teague was trying to get left. Drove across somebody's nose. Turned himself around. A couple of guys come sliding into this.
Right there in the trim spot dodge. Also, Reed Sorensen. Oh, trouble. See, oh, wow. Chad McCumbee in the number 10 for Andy Hillenberg Racing goes end over end over end.
Yeah, we see the 06 start back up to the wall, and the 10 gets caught.
C.W. Smith in that 06 was coming down the racetrack and made some contact with A.J. Hendrickson in that black number 17. On the scene, smoke there. That's Jake Bowman up into the wall in turn 1.
Saw the left front tire go down. Jake was doing all he could do to keep that car out of the wall. I don't think he made significant contact.
This was all in about the battle for 10th position at the time. Right as he comes up from the transition, it looks like that tire just went down right when he came back off the apron.
Yeah, I'm like you. I thought that thing looked a little slack when he came back off the apron of the racetrack. And
I don't know that he had an option to avoid it as the car came across his nose, but certainly didn't panic when it happened. Keneally's car owner, Jan Qualkenbush, is celebrating a birthday today. That may have been an early birthday present because the damage bill, if he would have gotten the back of that 19 car, would have been extensive. As Bowman appears to see an early end to his night.